morning everyone, welcome to Zimmer Motoring. My name is Nez. Now today is going to be a very exciting video because we are heading down to Thruxton to experience the new Toyota Supra on track. Now first and foremost I want to say a huge thank you to Andy at O2Slow on Instagram for the invite, for allowing me to come along with him today to Thruxton to experience the new Toyota Supra. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the Z4M, because technically the new Supra is the successor to the Z4M. The new Supra is a Z4M 40i underneath. Of course, Toyota and BMW teamed up. So we're going to take the Z4M down there and then remind ourselves what this car is like, and then hopefully we get to experience the Toyota Supra around the track and then do a comparison after. So, hope you enjoyed the video. So guys, I'm sure you can tell Andy owns quite a collection. So first of all, of course, he's got the Z4M, which you've seen on the channel before. Next up, he's got a stunning Lamborghini Huracan Performante. And then his third car is a Volkswagen Golf R with a few modifications. So here we are, parking up the car before we go out in the Z4M. Can't wait. So guys, we're now in the Z4M with Mr. O2Slow. So, Supra.
I have seen one in person now a couple of times, and it's definitely a car that looks better close up than some of the photos. There are some awkward angles, but yeah, I don't mind. I'm not as offended by the looks as some people. Kind of going quite open-minded. Obviously, I've messed around with this car and modified it to make it track ready, so I don't know if the Supra will feel quite as raw as this. I'm not expecting that because it's still going to be developed as a road car, but as long as it's got the same playfulness, I'm expecting it obviously to be more refined and more comfortable inside.
So first off, obviously, new Supra doesn't come with this wonderful manual gearbox.
Yeah.
So back to the paddles.
Rumours that they may offer a manual one later on. They're testing the market. There's a couple of times, sometimes I've said where when you're on track in this, it would be nice to have a paddle instead of a manual gearbox just to make life easier.
So obviously this car is making what, 378 horsepower?
Yeah, Toyota Supra's like 330, 340, but turbocharged, so should get a bit more low end. This, so you have to work it to get the power out of it. You've got to rev it to get the performance. I'm not a huge fan of turbocharged cars, so it'd be interesting to see how much lag there is. No, it's the same engine as the M140i.
Question, what do you think looks better, the Supra or the Z4?
That is a tough one. I know the Supra is Marmite, but I do like a coupe, and I love that there's a few nice details in there, like the little bubble roof.
Yes.
So I think I prefer the Supra over the Z4. Yeah.
Do you know what? I think I agree with you. I think the Supra does look fantastic. The rear, especially.
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah. There's the rear end of it is good. So as long as you can keep everyone behind you, then they're good.
Yeah.
We've driven this here today, so for that reason, so I can jump straight out of this, and it'd be interesting to see what familiarity there is in the way it drives.
We have arrived, Thruxton Race Circuit. Oh, here we go.
It feels like there's nothing. Oh, there we go. There's a Supra sign.
Supra.
I was like, is anything? Have you come on the wrong day?
So guys, we have now arrived at Thruxton Race Circuit. We're gonna go in, register, have breakfast, and then go down for the driver briefing. But so far, that Z4M is so special. The induction noise from that CSL intake is something to behold. So we're now here. Let's go in and get on with the day.
Silky beat.
So guys, let me take you around the brand new Toyota GR Supra. So first and foremost, underneath it's based on the brand new BMW Z4M Coupe, but in my opinion I think this is better looking than the Z4. I'm so sorry to the Z4 guys on the channel. I know I'm a Z4 lover, I've got one, but I think this smashes the Z4 in terms of looks. I love that double bubble roof, which we'll get into later. But exterior wise, completely brand new, so I love those headlights, LED. You've got those 6 xenon lights in there, completely new front end. I love this old Supra-esque nose right there, harks back to the old models. On the Supra, you've got 3 trim levels. You've got the standard, you've got the Pro, and then you've got the A90 first edition. On the top of the range A90 you get different wheels, but for the Pro and the standard car it comes with these stunning wheels. I think they absolutely nailed it. This is the only wheel option on the Supra, but I think it's absolutely fantastic. The car comes with Brembo brakes, and I think this is really key. These cars all come with Michelin Pilot Supersport tyres as standard, like the Z4. Incredible ride, I'll show you later in the driving on road, but love those wheels, love the tyres, and I'm really happy that they went with those tyres. Brilliant. Love the side skirts, of course, all black, coming through, really good contrast to the pearl white. The mirrors, these are straight from a BMW Z4. Coming on, I really love the rear of this car, especially when you start off with that rear wheel arch. Really nice, really aggressive. There's a lot of fake vents all over the car, so you've got one here, one on the rear bumper, but I think it really adds to the car and to the lines. Amazingly, this car is actually stiffer and more rigid than the Lexus LFA they were telling us earlier. The Lexus LFA obviously is made from carbon fiber. This is steel and aluminium, but this is more rigid. It's got a 50-50 weight distribution, and amazing work from Toyota. Coming to the rear, so this, I love this. This is one of my favorite features. So this is a rain light, but we should also integrate into a reversing lighting. And if you go inside, immediately this smells like a BMW. Same leather, slightly different seats to the Z4M Coupe, but really comfortable seats. Great bolstering, and you can adjust that on the driver's side. New steering wheel, the center console, the nav screen, all of this I'm sure you recognize, that's all BMW. It's touchscreen, which I absolutely love, so you can check it out. My vehicle, but hopefully we have a proper look later. Carbon fiber here on the center console, again very BMW. So you've got the iDrive here, you've got all your sport buttons, and you've got the lovely TFT digital display. Really nice cabin, and again going on that double bubble roof, you've got that indents in the roof lining there. And if I go outside, if it focuses, yep, more visible. This is exactly from a Z4M Coupe, those door handles. So part of the Pro and the A90 edition, they come with a JBL upgraded stereo. The Pro also comes with the upgraded leather interior, heads-up display, and a few other gadgets, but yeah, highly recommend going for the Pro. Very nice interior. And let's go and check out the boot space. So my beautiful assistant Andy there, if I open the boot, yeah, lovely. Crikey, you should get a job doing this. There you go, good sized boot space, and those JBL speakers. Underneath the new Supra, it comes with the loved B58 3-litre straight 6 twin scroll turbocharged engine, producing 340 brake horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. Very similar figures to the Z4M Coupe, and this car does 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds and reaches the top speed of 155 miles per hour. Very good looking car, so we'll go out there, see what it's like on track, and hopefully we're in for a great day.
Too many adjustments.
So guys, Supra GR. It sounds fantastic. Very balanced car. This car comes with an active M differential, so it's always shuffling the power during the corners. This car comes with an 8-speed Steptronic gearbox like the Z4. 120 miles an hour.
130. Very, very torquey engine. And the balance throttle out. Great brakes.
Just came back from that track session in the Toyota Supra. This is our lead car, the LC500. Obviously, you know this car, 5-litre V8. But really impressed with the Supra GR. Fantastic, really balanced, really neutral. The power, again, with this B58 engine, very usable, very torquey. Coming out those corners, plant your foot, and the car just dug out. But main thing is a very balanced car. Really enjoyable. Didn't get out of shape, didn't understeer or oversteer. So let me go ask Andy's opinion, see what he thought.
So Andy, what did you think? No, it felt really good just then. We were going quite quickly, but it gave you loads of confidence. Brakes felt good, handling felt good. It did feel soft, but once you hit the sport button, it firmed up nice. We were going pretty fast. You didn't at once feel like the thing was going to bite or kind of you were getting out of shape. No, really good as a first introduction. On a circuit I don't know and a car I don't know, we're going pretty
quite
well.
quick, yeah. I think I saw 130 on the...
Yeah.
straight.
I don't know what, I mean, I don't even know what we were doing lap times and what a good lap time here is, but no, really impressive.
So guys, now we are at the skid pad. We're going to do some drifting in the Toyota GT86. We'll go back to the Supra in a little bit, but for now we're going to do some fun drifting. Now I really enjoyed the BMW one because obviously they gave us some M4s to do some drifting in, but it's going to be quite interesting. Obviously I think manual and really small chassis, rear wheel drive, front engine, so it should have similar characteristics to the M4, but can't wait to have a go in the GT86. Should be epic. Lucky with this instructor, he knows all the filming tricks. He's the man. Oh, can I have them all day, please?
Right, ready, let's go. Just be careful of him as you go down. So like I say, nice and gentle to begin with.
And then second gear?
That's it, yeah. And then go to the right hand side of this next one. Now take your time here, wait for this one. As you turn in, hard on the gas and off. Off gas now. There you go, off gas, that's it. Now steady at the bottom, very easy to spin at the bottom, so slower than this even. Point it down to the right, that's it. Off gas, left lock, stay off the throttle, more lock, off the gas. You went back on the gas, didn't you? Yeah. Go around to the left, that's it. Nice, we'll go around left here, yeah, that's it.
Keep it in second gear?
Yeah, that's fine. Keep coming around to the left, we're going to go around the donut instead. That's it.
It's very slippery, isn't it?
It is very slippery. Cool, that's good. Keep that loud pedal on. Keep it on. Nice. More. Off now. Turn more right. Stay off the gas. Point in. Stay off the gas. Stay off it. Stay off it. Collection. So come round to the left. That's it. Keep it in first now.
Oh, first?
Yeah, let's keep it in first. We'll try a little bit louder. We're going to slide off onto the tarmac this time. Lovely. Good. Keep the power up. Keep the power. Point up. More power. Right hand. More power. That's it. Keep the power. Look at that. Paul Walker-esque.
So get in the hang. Okay.
That's it, man. That was really good.
Was that it?
That was it. Yeah, sorry, I know. It's short and sweet.
Okay, all right.
You did really well.
No. I need to practice.
Everyone wants more, mate.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No, thank you. That's awesome.
Really good job.
I need to practice. I need to.
You speak to my girlfriend about how short I am.
Silky beat.
Not bad at all. It sounds good. You can hear the turbo.
Yeah, you get a little turbo
wishes.
Whether people have said before whether there's any speaker nonsense going
Sound
on.
generation thing, yeah.
It's very confidence inspiring. I think we said after that track session that we were kind of pushing them quite well and it all felt really balanced. The seating position's really good. Yeah, it takes a little bit of fiddling around, but then it's like probably multi-way adjustable seats, so compared to the buckets and stuff in the Z, it's forward or backward and that's but no, this feels really good.
Yeah. it's going to be really good. Interior-wise, it's not a criticism. I'd say it's more BMW, isn't it?
Yeah.
The iDrive.
But then I'm not used to a modern BMW, so to me it's new. It's not. It doesn't. It doesn't scream BMW at me because I don't have a modern generation BMW. So I guess I'm in a unique position, perhaps.
You've got like just a fresh view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously from the M40i Z4, so you got the same navigation. All the climate controls is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The vents are different, which is good, but this is from other BMW models. Obviously, this usual iDrive. New steering wheel, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the steering wheel's quite nice. It's thin, obviously, compared to BMWs. They tend to fatten them up a bit.
Yeah.
It's got quite a thin rim to it, but it's actually really nice to hold. It's got a lot of grunt though. It holds really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I guess comparatively to the 140s and stuff, but in comparison to the Z, it's a lot more lower down, which is what I expected.
The turbos.
Yeah, that's it. And there's no real, it's no real noticeable lag, I don't think.
Yeah, you can feel the punch.
Yeah, it builds pretty quick. Steering weight is quite, I don't know, it feels quite light at times. Be interesting to see when you drive.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed, guys, quick one, same key as the Z4, but obviously just the Toyota badge, but exact same shape. I'm sure if you see the Living with the BMW video, you see I mentioned the key, how nice it was compared to the E89, but another quick fact, exact same key. I bet you with an exhaust, really open it up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I guess these are now, they've got all the particulate filters and everything on them, haven't they? Because the generation now they're in. So, yeah, I bet an aftermarket system on this is going to sound
really good.
To me, it's like, is it a good base? Like, for, out of the box, obviously it's good, but I think I wouldn't buy one and not play around with
Exactly, yeah, you would do something to it. The good thing about Andy is because we're the same height, so I don't need to actually adjust the seat.
It's good. The YouTube enthusiasm, see that? I'm just like,
I'm going to show you up, Andy.
yeah, it's fine, mate.
Right, Andy, I'm sorry, I might scare you a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not my car.
Are you a bad passenger?
I am a bad passenger, but it's not my car, so that helps.
To echo Andy's words, great seats, great seat position. Feel very comfortable. Yeah, very light steering, isn't it?
It does feel, yeah, quite light, but
Quite light. Very responsive gearbox.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
8 speed. It's Taptronic.
actually, I didn't comment about the gearbox, but yeah, considering it's a ZF, it's very snappy.
It's very, very good.
It feels as good as any dual clutch.
Yeah, very quick on the upshifts. Red line is 6,500 RPM. I suppose you expect that from a turbo car. Another first impression, great visibility out the rear view mirror. Obviously this car is more like a coupe shape. Good size as well, right? Would you say it's not too big?
Yeah, you don't feel like claustrophobic, even though you've got quite a low roof line. So you've got quite a bit of sort of a letterbox. One criticism I have of my generation of the Z4 is that the traction control is just hopeless. It's just so, yeah, it's far too noticeable. It just cuts in all the time. And when you actually turn it off, you've got so much more grip there than the traction leads you to believe, because it starts to kick in flash and you can feel kind of the stability control grabbing wheels. But none of that, yeah, there's no intrusion. If it is intervening, it's very subtle and doesn't feel, you know, it doesn't take away from the driving experience at all.
I'm really glad you said that, because I mentioned that in the Z4M 40i video.
Right.
Again, on track, it wasn't intrusive at all.
No.
So I guess very similar chassis and
Yeah.
I'd assume same electronics. But one little criticism I'd say, and I said this again for the 40i Z4.
Yeah.
I wish it had more like pops on upshifts, like, you know, the DSG farts.
Yeah.
Because my E89 had that.
Right.
The E89 generation, and even on downshift it'll pop, especially when it's warm and hot. Whereas I found in the newer cars, it doesn't pop, and that was part of the fun. Especially in traffic.
I think the first thing you do on this car, it would be to fit some kind of aftermarket system, because it sounds nice, but you can tell it's being held back. You know, it's restrained, and it'd be nice to kind of get a bit more out of the engine.
Tell you what, third gear, you just feel that
sharp, don't you? Another point, I love the TFT digital gauge. I like that Toyota have gone a completely different route to BMW.
He says, it's the test, isn't it? It's where you reach the cup of coffee.
Other pluses, I love when you look in your rearview mirror, see those arches, how they come out. That's really nice. Bonnet is not too big, is it?
You got good visibility forward. I think I might struggle to initially judge where the front end kind of rolls off a bit, and I wouldn't be 100% sure. But then, to be honest, that's the same thing with the Z4. Still, you get that.
So another thing I love, it tells you when to upshift. So
Yeah, you've got that little kind of. That's what I was trying to say before. Yeah, the centre kind of lights up.
It lights up to
like a kind of shift light.
Sounds nice. Yeah, to sum up our thoughts, impressive car, great torque, great power.
Yeah, it drives really well. It drives really
nice,
well.
mate.
A lot more comfortable that you could use it every day, but there's no compromise in its sort of track and handling ability.
So guys, we're about to do a quick tech tour of the new Supra. They're going to tell us about the engine, the active differential, and all the cool special bits about the car. This is how I'd have my Supra, and that lovely yellow. I really like that, and obviously you can get carbon bits, and I'm sure they'll come on soon on the aftermarket. Yeah, tech tour, and then we'll move on to the hot laps. So guys, we're about to do a hot lap session with a professional racing driver, and I'll be in the passenger seat in the Supra, so can't wait, let's go. So, just about to go into the Supra GR with a racing driver. Wish me luck.
We've been really pleasantly surprised. They have a lovely mixture of DNA between the Toyota performance range. I coach in the TRD GT86 Championship in the Middle East, so I sort of recognise the feel and the DNA from the GT86s, but of course with some of the best bits of the BMW M performance range as well. Is this your first experience at Thruxton?
Yeah, first time here, yes.
It's a proper circuit.
Really fast circuit. I can see why they say it's the fastest in the UK, isn't it?
No, it is. It's the fastest.
It's the fastest.
You have to go to Monza to find anywhere quicker. Golden rule for Thruxton is just fast at the fast corners and slow at the slow corners. Right. As long as you get that speed punctuated nicely at the complex and round at the chicane, you just have to then carry the speed through all the quicker corners to achieve the best possible lap time. How did you find the car on track? Did you enjoy it?
Really good, really balanced. I probably wasn't pushing it very fast, but I got 130 on the back straight.
Using all the road at Church Corner, all the way out, just nipping a little bit of the extra tarmac there as we come up Woodham Hill. This is the closest we have at Thruxton to a main canna straight, so where we achieve the fastest speed.
Wow.
Then on the brakes, braking late, braking hard, almost sort of overshoot the first part, but that puts us in a nice position for the second part, and we can recover all the way out of here. So for Allard, change the chip. This is a much quicker corner. So don't brake, just lift, bring the car in on a balance throttle, then accelerate to an exit somewhere just left of centre. Full power up through turn 2, over the top. You can feel the car just gently drifting across the road surface. We're right on the outer edge of what a performance road tyre is happy doing. There are 300 tread wear rating, the Michelin's that are on this, which is actually quite a durable, quite a hard tyre. But you can feel the car still generates a really good mid-corner grip. So coming up to 111 miles an hour on the entry there on the head-up display.
Wow.
Just right of centre on exit, just left of centre for the entry for Goodwood, and then just waiting with the power here. Balance throttle, and now accelerating.
So did you have all the settings off there? Everything off.
But only because I'm a professional
You know exactly what you're doing. I tell you what, it wasn't oversteer. It wasn't oversteering or edgy at all. It wasn't understeering. It was just really nicely
balanced.
I suppose they say 50-50 weight distribution. Is it 1 to 55?
Yeah, and it's a relatively short wheelbase as well, which means as a driver you can influence quite nicely what the car is doing underneath you.
Oh, fantastic. You don't realise how capable these cars are until you go out with a professional driver and you think, wow, I wasn't really touching or pushing the envelope. You guys are...
Oh look, you'd only write in and complain if we drove around slowly.
No, thank you so much.
When we did the hot laps with the professional driver, it was even more apparent, I think. I just couldn't believe, you know, you could see the guy kind of having to balance the car, which, you know, obviously looked really well balanced, but we were coming into corners quite on the limit. Yeah. But then the way it was just still able to put power down, kind of out of the apex, that was quite shocking actually, because I thought we were kind of on the limit there, and it still had traction to get the power down. So no, really impressive car. If you've got one of these on order, I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. It's a really good road car, and it clearly performs on track as well. So guys, the Supra has the same engine as the M40i. So Andy, what's your overriding opinion? I've driven both the Supra and now the Z4M. I was really impressed with the Supra, I have to say. It's now definitely firmly on the list of like respectable potential purchases. It made a fantastic road car. It felt very refined. It was a real comfortable ride. Both commented on the steering, found it maybe a little lighter than we'd have preferred. And then when we went on track, it was more than capable, actually surprisingly capable, I think. I was really impressed, especially after having the hot lap with the pro driver, just how well it carried speed through corners, how balanced it felt, and also how tractable it was coming out of corners and putting the power down. The stability systems and the calibration and everything in that are phenomenal. There was no intrusion as well. It didn't interrupt the driving experience too much. I never saw a traction light or felt the car trying to push and pull me around, you know, and try and stabilize the chassis or anything. So really, really impressive. It wasn't necessarily something I'm in the market to buy right now, so it's not something I'm gonna buy, you know, straight away. I have got an order down, but it was all purely speculative on whether I'd want one and how it drove. But I'm really impressed with the driving aspect and the overall package of the car. It's just with the other things I've got at the minute, and obviously with this, it is the natural kind of successor to this, but this has just got too strong a place in my heart, I think, to either certainly replace it, and it doesn't really make sense for me right now to own both. But if I was in the market for, you know, a sports car in that kind of, you know, round the 50k mark, and I suppose what else have you got? You've got like a 718 Cayman or whatever, Cayman Air 718, and then you've got the TTS, maybe the M2 in there as well. For me, it's probably between the M2 and that Supra. I'd definitely take the Supra over the Cayman. I'd definitely take it over a TT. The M2, it is a good car. I did have one, and I'd say I found it a little bit, it was a very firm ride, so it was a bit tiring as a daily driver to use every day, which I would say, having driven that Toyota today on the road, it was really nice to drive. It was really refined, really quite comfortable when it was in just sort of standard normal mode or whatever, and then, you know, you hit the sport button, it does firm up. It just felt more usable, I suppose, every day in that respect. So I guess if you didn't need the back seats, I think, yeah, the Toyota wins it really. It's definitely a car I'll keep an eye on in that price range. Whilst I don't think I'd buy it now, I'd definitely be interested in the future. Had no expectation, so I didn't really know whether it would be good or bad. I think I expected it, maybe, you know, a Toyota badge. I'm not a Toyota kind of buyer. I've not had a Toyota before. They don't generally appeal to me, so I think I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It really kind of, opened my eyes to the brand, which is great for Toyota, really. So there we go. But it didn't make this noise.
Yeah.
So this one stays for now.
She's a keeper.
Yeah, that's it. I think it was always going to struggle to win, you know, to best this for me. And maybe I think if I'd have kept this bog standard, if this car was sort of as it came out of the box, I think it would be an easier maybe decision to go for the upgrade, because it's just newer technology, it's more efficient, it's quicker, blah blah blah, it's more comfortable. But with everything I've done to this, I'd feel like I'd only have to go and do the same again to the Toyota, really, to be the car I want it to be, to replace this, just like naturally aspirated engines. So that it's always got that challenge.
Love it. And do you think if the Supra was a manual, that would have changed your opinion slightly, or?
I really don't know. That's so hard to say. When I had the M2, I spec'd that and bought that as a manual, and it definitely gave you a bit more engagement. But really, I don't know if I cared, and it's a real tough one, that.
Yeah.
Because and I mean that box, when we drove it today, the gear changes were snappy. There was no delay. It felt as good as any DCT box to me, in terms of the speed of the gear changes and the smoothness of the gear changes. So, and ultimately, if it's a car that you're going to use, so maybe, okay, yeah, maybe if I bought it again to replace this and it was going to be like a track toy, and I was going to do a few modifications to make it track ready, maybe then I'd want a manual. But then ultimately the paddles are faster, right? So you're gonna, I don't know.
So guys, that is it. That is the end of the video. I want to say a huge thank you to Andy, Mr. at O2Slow on Instagram. Make sure you check him out at O2Slow on Instagram. I'll put his details in the description below, so make sure you click that link. So yeah, big thank you to him and to Toyota for this incredible day. It was amazing to experience a new Supra GR. Highly recommend you guys getting behind the wheel one. Yeah, very similar to the Z4M Coupe, and I think the Supra looks much better, so I think the Supra is edging it compared to the Z4. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. Huge thanks to Andy. Make sure you give him a follow on his Instagram. So see you guys later.